Conversation, and today we are discussing how to navigate office politics. You have some comments. Collins Kimtai Kipsat says, we say hi to you. You've always been an amazing speaker.
Thank you.
And he's asked for a song. And then William is saying that they can't hear you talking. At Tikwani, we were talking somewhere else because it is only music playing. You know, we are still a radio station. Music has to be played. Cindy, but now I will let her talk. Trophy.
Yes.
You can't say women don't belong in leadership because there's somebody who has a wicked male boss. So it's never a gender conversation. We can't narrow it down to gender. But I've had the same thing that used to happen in high school, like girls schools. If your teacher sees you, you look better than them. When you're going for an outing, a funky, you're in trouble tomorrow. Women tend to be very competitive. And we have a listener who said, the minute the boss found out where she lives, pengine mshahara anajua tu naendanga nyumbani na 50k, but umeenda umeolewa na mtu, maybe they have money, so she said the day she came with her car and the boss, because the boss had offered her a lift, and she said no, I'm good. That is the beginning of all her problems. So there's that competition, and then there's another person who the boss is making advances at them, and pengine akam turn down, not disrespectfully, and all hell has broken loose after that. Unashindanga tu performance improvement. In fact, if they could just fire you, they would, and never see you again. How in these two cases are you handling this boss that you're saying, we must kiss the ring, we must be respectful, we must understand that they are human beings too, and they also need a little, to be treated in a certain manner?
Now, one thing, starting with the lady, the one that the boss found out where she lives, the first rule of corporate, or rather among the many rules,
yes,
stay discreet. And that means also not even posting everything about your life on social media. The reason is people are jealous.
Trophy, nifiche benzi yangu tu, nifiche tu. Sasa ni drive wapi na isiezi ifichiki.
The first thing you have to understand,
yes,
office politics is very unfair. Just kubali tu kwanza yaishe, kubali tu. It's very, very unfair. There's like, if you notice the ones who play politics very well, especially those who work in government,
yes,
you will never ever see them, even with wakidropiwa na gari,
ni kweli,
wanakuanga tu, like,
it's true,
until you go to their houses and you're like, yo,
it's true,
because they understand. There are things too you just have to understand. Kakili flani kakuzaliwa, you just have to understand. It will breed animosity, jealousy. It's like, okay, you're doing better than me. How comes you're doing better than me and I'm your boss?
Yeah.
Something like that. They want to feel like they're important, they're superior. So it's very unfair. It's just one of those things about office politics. That is why inaitwanga the unwritten rules.
Yes. That you might deny them, they're not on print, but ziko tu.
Whether you like it, whether you don't like it, politics is always being played. It is unfair. Like the lady you said, the one who the boss is made some advances and all that. Now, the reason why the boss has changed is because his ego has been wounded. So he's trying to just pay back. In such cases, just quit.
No, but let me tell you, because it's somebody I know. She has left so many jobs. She's very well endowed. And to a point, she started wearing buibui because of how her figure. Everywhere she has worked, she has had problem. She's Ugandan. She has a body. Trophy msichana aende wapi? Unataka mpaka nava ninja nashwa. Everywhere you go, this boss is, then she finds a female boss. She's like, oh, now I'll start only working for women. Now women hate her. Because
she gets the attention.
Yes. The men, you know what they want. The women, so she will never have meaningful employment.
What she can do, which is very unethical, but what she can do, she can flirt with everybody in the office, not necessarily having relationships with them.
Yeah.
So nobody ties you to a particular guy because they see you with this one, they see you with this one, they see you this one, they see you this
na
one.
boss mwenye sasa ndio anataka.
Sasa akikuona na wengine, ataona pengine this one is your boyfriend, this yani be the office flirt.
Yeah.
Sasa una friend zone kila mtu.
So you confuse the enemy. Like camouflage.
Una friend zone kila mtu. Like ukos, hi darling, hi sweetheart, unaita hivyo kila mtu until everybody's like, who are you dating exactly? So nobody ever knows. Because if that is really the problem she faces everywhere, she has to learn how to just flirt with everyone in the office.
Trophy. Have we gotten here?
This is Man-eat man society. I'm telling you, office politics is brutal.
It is.
It can damage, it can wound you until you just have some traumas. It's bad.
It is true. And once your boss has it in for you, imagine you're doomed.
You are finished.
You know, people watch movies and they think that, I don't know, you're going to go to HR for intervention. And no offense to anybody in human resources. I know my HR... My HR boss is your big fan. So I know she's listening.
Oh my goodness.
Sharon, we're not talking about you, other HRs except you. You understand? Sometimes it is even beyond anything that they can do. Yeah, because all these aggressors don't do it obviously. Sometimes they're very careful not to get caught because they know the repercussions. So it feels like it's in your head. Hata ukienda kwa HR kusema, this guy, it is sexual harassment. As long as you have no tangible evidence, it's your word against theirs. Yeah. Na ni kama polisi. Unajua polisi akisema you've run a light, it's called actionable per se. He cannot be questioned.
It's true.
He cannot be questioned. So even your boss, I feel like it is always your word against theirs. So, hey, trophy.
Power dynamics. Who does the HR work for?
The company.
Akiingilia sana atafutwa kazi. It's just a matter of knowing where your bread is buttered. HR is not your friend. They're there to serve at the pleasure of the company. Forget about what you're being told. Unaona ile unaambiwa in this office on Fridays we wear casual. You go there and you see nobody in casual. Why would you wear casual? Read the room.
I like that. Read the room.
Yes, read the room. What people tell you is very different from their actions. Just observe how people behave. Stop believing everything you hear. HR is not your friend. They serve at the pleasure of the company. Sometimes they would want to help you, but it's beyond them. Because even their jobs are at stake. They're not an independent company. They are part of the company.
Hey, trophy. Hey, umesalimiwa na Benjamin.
Nimesalimika.
Na Simon Odhiambo. Cecil Aguero following. Yani, let me tell you, this room is never like this. Today we are all listening, I think, in shock. Because people like to be coddled with lies. Yeah. That write on email, because those are the things that I tell my listener. Write an email to HR. First write to your boss, then write the second one to HR. Then after that, maybe you can write to you can seek legal counsel. But you're talking about reality.
This is the reality. If your boss doesn't like you, you're finished.
Hey.
Because they will do everything to sabotage you, everything in their power. And then they will just use some flimsy excuse to let you go, something that honestly, it's not fair. But you just have to understand, like, it has never been fair in the first place. The playground is not even.
Because I've seen something play out where this person will never be given breathing room. Leo anapatikana hapa, kesho mnamtafuta hapa. Like there's nobody else in the company, ni ndio atatafutwa. Just because their boss does not like them. And the boss knows that they have powers that they can punish you. I want to ask you a question, an honest question. The mean older woman boss. I have seen this play out, especially of course, my work in the media, but I've seen it playing, especially in Gava. This person who has been there, a fossil, and no pun intended to, the dinosaurs in the room. Our station caters to an older TA, so someone who's listening is probably 60 and still working. I'm not talking about you, Jane. I'm talking about your cousin. You're older, you've been there. Kama ni hapa Standard Group, you have been there, you've been working here since 1993. So you feel part owner. But you are just angry, you're stuck in your ways. I don't know how to describe this. They are holders of patriarchy. Keep quiet. Men are talking in the office space. They believe women should dress a certain way. And this is not 1993, my darling. Things have changed. Look at what my little interns look like. They will show their navel, their belly button. Cindy, sometimes they will wear something shorter than usual. They will dye their hair. They have piercings. That does not mean they take drugs and they're criminals. How are you handling this older boss who is stuck in their ways? Who is the auntie and that terrorist auntie even you have in your life?
And mostly they're found in government. You always see them. Kwanza, most of them not even bosses.
Yes.
They are secretaries.
Yes.
And they are the decision makers.
And
the
close to
state,
power. Boss and I'm scared. Yes.
Now those ones, when it comes to office politics, never try changing the status quo. Do not try changing the status quo. You will suffer. You cannot challenge a crocodile in its stuff. You found things like this. Ask yourself, why has nobody ever tried to do what you think they're not heroes? It is because they understand how the game is played. When it comes to those mean old women, those ones with those wigs,
yes,
the shuka,
yes,
you know,
yes,
those ones, find a way to make them like you. Yes.
They're always cold.
Always cold.
Even when it is January and it is 60 degrees outside, she's always cold with a thermos of tea.
Akona thermos yake hapo maji moto.
And rubber shoes.
Oh yes. Find a way to make them like you, because those ones will frustrate you. And those ones are the decision makers. Those ones are the deep state.
Trophy, how?
You go there, kwanza kama uko na matatu cover, you go there, praise the Lord, and then you just listen to her and just sip into her wisdom. Look at her. I'm telling you, those kwanza when you work in government, you just have to find a way to then you listen. In fact, they'll always have a Bible somewhere, you know, that on the red pages and kazip.
Yes.
So you're there.
Na golden bells.
Oh yes, you listen. You tell them you also go to church. They don't like single mothers. They don't like tattoos.
Yes.
They don't like, and then they believe in.
And loud people.
Yeah,
confident people. They hate them.
Don't speak a lot of English. Do not speak. In fact, ongea Kiswahili or speak broken English. Do not. And those ones will determine your fate. Do not look at them like that. Those ones are the ones who control. In fact, with their oversized suits, they always wear oversized suits, kakamisi pale, and then, you know, they just... Those
and
ones.
Very uptight.
When
you're called for a day, maybe someone from outside, maybe you're called as a motivational speaker to come and speak to us, and we discuss on a company level, all departments, come and talk to us about office politics and how to navigate. And then you ask us, there's a Q&A section, and Trophy asks us, does anybody have a question? Yolanda shoots her hand up. Now I am enemy of the state. Number one, by me asking a question, it means that they've neglected their duties. They don't have their department under their grip. You understand? It's like I am pointing out. I don't know, but it is always catastrophic to question.
It happens because there was a time I was moderating a session for an ungovernmental organization, one of these big organizations, and I remember because guys were streaming in, sitting down, and then this lady who is so outspoken told me, you know what, Trophy, if you expect me to ask a question, forget it. The kind of politics here, what you're going to do, ask us to write anonymously. Anonymously. That is what we did. And then when it came to advice, you know, one thing about older women, they feel like they know better, they have experienced more. So they want you to ask them more. Like their perspective is always wise. So you just have to give them that chance to show you how wise they are. Whether you like it or not, give them that opportunity, and then just listen and nod. Oh, okay. Akikwambia some harambe, saidie kuchangia harambe zake hizo za kanisa. Just those ones find a way to like you. You cannot change the status quo. You cannot. People always try to change the status quo, suffer. Even in politics, whatever it is.
You want to be a hero.
You think people who have come before you and do not try becoming heroes. You think they don't see the unfairness and the injustice? They do. It's only that they understand.
Mind your business and enjoy your pay.
Yes, and just do your work, go.
Oh my God.
It is brutal.
Oh my God. Even with your dressing, even with the children are never spared.
They think you're a threat. Most of them think you're a threat, or you are. It's just like our mothers who are very religious. They think like suddenly you menge Illuminati. I don't know, you do drugs. They just have this close-mindedness.
And their narrow vision points them to dreadlocks. People who take dreadlocks are Rastafarians. And they take bangi.
Unakunywa. They don't take bangi.
Unakunywa bangi.
Na kufuruta
sigara. A girl who is a tomboy like my producer Agi is not very girly. I'm not saying you're butch, but you understand she's a boy's girl. Like you can see she likes to wear her trousers. She's ure ni wa ile timu nyingine, si ndio? Because she likes
America.
She likes hanging out with the boys.
Wanakunywa bangi.
These aunties terrorize their homesteads. They also come to terrorize their offices. And they don't retire.
I am telling you, I was writing about it the other day on Facebook and LinkedIn, and someone told me anajua mmoja mwenye amekuwa 59 years old since 2010. And she's in a very critical ministry. Apparently, the Ministry of Lands. Cross her path. Apparently, you get your title lead after 10 years. And this world favors wicked people because they never go anywhere. They will just remain there until they are 100.
This world favors wicked people. I don't even know what highlight will be cut for this show today, but let's just listen to a song before we come back, because today is a lesson in the brutal truth. We really like to imagine and have fantasies about the workspace. Hii si ofisi yako.
Si yako. And it's just not government. It's actually, I came to realize, even the big organizations, the Fortune 500 companies, the blue chips, even them, they have as long as 2 or more are gathered, yes, there must be politics.
I think you will come back to this show because
Lazima, I'm telling you, you cannot avoid politics. It is everywhere.
It's the wig you described. I'm so sorry.
And they all like that wig. I don't know why.
You're given on your 60th birthday. Ludacris pimping all over the world.